Cueing music. Oh. 3, 2, 1, cueing correct music. Yeah, just gotta think if I should leave that in or not. Oh, baby, we're back with another brand new episode of the Dumb Guys Do Racing Podcast here with the boys, Jimbo, Coach Mike, and Toad.
Hey,
Let's go.
what's going on? Oh my gosh, too funny, too funny.
Be a blooper
Ooh.
at the end. Bloopers.
So how was his birthday last weekend there, Sean?
Oh, it was good. Fun, filled, packed weekend full of family activities. Yeah, it was good.
Oh,
Had a
that's
good time.
awesome.
Just hung out and went to the families. Everyone came over. We all celebrated. Had brother-in-law barbecued on Sunday. Some tri-tip and some big back pork ribs. And goddamn, it was some good eating. Those motherfuckers can cook. So yeah, thanks to the brother-in-law for the great barbecue last weekend. It was delicious. But yeah, it was good.
It's great. So did you miss out on the Hungarian Grand Prix?
No, I did watch that. I watched that in the morning.
So
that was fun.
So let me ask you a question, as some people would say. What did you think of the Lando and Piastri?
I didn't like it.
fiasco.
I didn't like it.
So
He followed orders. Good teammate. But I think, dude, he had, at one point, he had a 6-second fucking lead. If dude can't catch up to regain his lead, then I could see if you were a second and a half, 2 seconds, maybe. But I'd say more of a second and a half to a second. If you're that close and you in the debrief before the race started, when you're going through strategies, if you guys had a plan and it planned out, because that's what they were saying, right? In the morning meeting before the race, they had a plan there. If someone had the lead,
number two in points, you shouldn't have to fucking give up that spot. I mean,
especially dude, he was so far ahead.
I know,
dude, he was cruising.
well, and here's the second part. It was a team mistake.
Yeah,
strategy-wise.
And at that point, that should be thrown out the window.
Yeah, it wasn't a Lando fault. It wasn't a Piastri fault. It was a team fault. They should not be covering their asses that way. I thought Lando, number 2 in the points, should have been allowed to win that race, especially where Max was.
Yep.
You know, I think that was really shitty.
It was.
And that's not Piastri's fault. You know, but the team wanted to switch stuff around so they didn't have to go, "Oh, sorry, that was our fault." You know, that was in my opinion, that was uncalled for.
Yep.
Especially since he was not catching Lando at all.
No.
And you can't blame it on dirty air or anything else. He was not catching. Lando was the faster car.
Big time.
And should have had that win,
and
in
he
my
was
opinion.
so focused and just fucking hitting all his marks, doing what he had to do.
This is the crazier thing. They still would have had their 1-2.
Yeah. Yep.
It wouldn't have changed anything. The fact that they made Lando slow down.
his first win.
Dude, slow down. Like,
Yeah, well, we want to make sure that
down.
that Oscar gets his first win. What does that fucking matter?
Right? That doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Because it doesn't
That
change your
doesn't
team
matter.
points.
Nope.
You're just making dude feel good. Especially, dude, yeah.
His
If he can't
team
catch
screwed
up
Yeah.
and I'm cruising, sorry, dude. I mean, that's not my bad.
Yeah.
That's your guys' bad. And
Yep.
I'm fucking going. I mean,
Stop trying to make it my
yeah.
like. That's the thing. They're like, "Oh, Lando, you know we talked about this." No, that's your fault, not mine.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to own that.
Exactly.
Like they didn't. And
yeah, it's still 1-2. You would have had the 1-2 still. Hamilton was so far back. Oh man.
Oh, there you go. What about that incident? So Lewis Hamilton said that was a racing incident, which was nice of him to say.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was obvious Max wasn't going to stop for that corner.
Fuck no.
Like, and they're like, "Well, look, he's turning in." Yeah, he was turning in the corner, which Max missed.
Yeah.
Like, Max was never going to make that. It's like when Max was told to give up the spot at the very beginning of the race. I got pushed off. No, you didn't get pushed off. You didn't hit your brakes and slow down and get behind the cars.
3 wide.
That's what happened there.
Trying to go 3 wide.
You're going 3 wide and then going wide, pushed off the corner. It wasn't your corner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Norris was squeezed. He had nothing. He couldn't do anything.
Yeah, no.
So, that whole race, I couldn't believe.
The petulance of Max that entire race.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. Like, he lost his cool. Like, you could tell Red Bull is falling apart.
Well, it might just be a rumor. I heard Helmut Marko said, "Sorry, Max, you are not allowed to sim race until 4 a.m.
Dude, yeah. When I heard
weekends.
that, when they mentioned that during the broadcast, I was like, "Oh, he is hardcore to the max." But at that point, dude, you are a professional F1 driver. That is your fucking priority, dude. Not staying up all night.
Max has come out since then and said it's not true.
Really?
He goes, I'm a multiple champion. I know what I can and can't do, and he's not told me I can't race. I told him not to worry. There's no major races for the next little while, anyways. Mm-hmm. But if I want to, I can. It's up to me. It's my private time. It's my time, whether it's on a weekend or not. I still have my private time in the evenings and such. I can do what I want.
And I'm sure you could find the result sheets for that race too, or a stream to see if he's telling the truth.
And like he did, it did impact him because you could tell at the end he was super snappy and short. Like he was like, mentally exhausted. Mm-hmm. He was, what I mean? Like it did impact him whether he wants to admit it or not. But he's still allowed to do it.
And to that race, he drove so aggressive. I haven't seen him drive that aggressive for a while. I mean,
this is something I believe also.
He's usually in the lead on pole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this was his frustration that we saw in 2021, where he's making stupid moves to make things up. He's not thinking, and he's barreling in and not being safe, like at all. He's putting his car at risk because he needs to get ahead.
You think he feels like he is sim racing? In those mistakes, like, oh fuck, this isn't real life. I can fucking do this. I can make this happen.
Man, well, no, it's just the same stuff we saw in 2021. He's frustrated because his car has become slow.
Yeah, he's lost, and he's trying everything he fucking can to make it happen, and dude, he just can't. I think, that everyone's caught up.
I mean, he started 11th and got fucking...
Started 11th and he was...
He got 4th because of the disqualification. Yeah. So 5th. Well, that's what he had in Hungary, too, 5th. Checo
started, 2nd and got 8th?
Yeah. Oh, so bad.
It's not a good car, but Max is
again, it's not...
Driver on the track.
Yeah, it's not a good car. It's dropped its pace significantly. Plus, you have the Red Bull pressure on Checo to perform, which we know never works with any race car driver. Like that pressure that Red Bull puts on their driver, their second driver, it's impossible to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
Like when was the last time we had a second driver to Max that was comfortable in their position? They never are.
Nope.
They aren't. So they have that pressure because Red Bull is known for just going, you're out.
Yep, they're hardcore. They're hardcore.
They don't fuck around. And Checo,
that's why they win world championships.
Yep. That's one of the reasons they do. Yeah. How'd you feel about Ferrari today?
I mean, They're doing better than they were. So that's a plus.
Yeah.
I mean, now that with the disqualification, Leclerc got the third, so
but still, they did not look
good.
Great.
No, and Carlos is even falling back. Dude, it just sucks because they're going backwards now, like Red Bull. They're going backwards, not forwards, and then because then you got McLaren and fucking Mercedes. Where'd these guys come from?
He's come from.
Woo!
Like, you think Lewis is second guessing his decision to go to Ferrari?
Oh man, if he, they got their shit together. And
I think Ferrari's goal is 2026. I don't think they really care too much about this season and next season. I'm thinking
41 then. I mean, your skills got to diminish at some point.
Right.
Oh yeah.
If he's waiting for 2026.
Yeah.
They are going to be diminishing. Although, I mean, Fernando is still Fernando, if he had a better car, would be doing better.
Mm-hmm.
If
still
he
in fifth place in the points,
something like that.
I mean,
because they were doing pretty damn good. They've also fallen back a little bit.
Also, I think it was Fernando complimented Lance because Lance is the one that's really working with the team.
And he's been actually doing pretty good.
He's not been doing. He hasn't run into anybody a bit. So
and he's not finishing all the way in the back.
No, he is not. But that car has not been improved.
Mm-mm.
That's the sad thing is that car is failing. How about Danny Rick? Danny Rick knows he's driving for his life and is really performing.
I think so. I don't.
Yeah,
think
he is. He's. No, I don't think he does either.
He'll go into TV or.
Dude, he would be great for TV.
Yeah, he would be. Yeah, he's got that personality. He'd make way more money doing that than he would driving.
Yeah, he would.
What did you think about? What did you think? There's a rumor about Adrian Newey going to. It's really come down to he's either going to Aston or Williams. That's what it sounds like. Last week the rumor was definitely Aston. It popped out. The rumor mill popped out. Definitely Williams. Wouldn't it be hilarious if he went somewhere else or just retired?
Oh, that
It'd
would
be really
great.
funny if just retired and just goes into designing fast sailboats because he's been a part of that too.
Oh no shit.
So yeah. So how funny would that be?
That would be great.
Yeah. So I feel really bad for George because it wasn't his fault and he drove the balls off that car with a one-stopper. He deserved that win.
Yeah.
He deserved that win and fucking Lewis pouting about it. Lewis, like he in the back of his mind thinks he got fucked on strategy. Let's just keep going. Yeah. Like it was George's decision, not the team's.
Right.
And that's the one thing about Lewis that has dogged his career is believing that somebody else is getting something preferential. Yeah. Like read the Jensen Button book.
Right. Yeah.
Because he talks about that too. When they were teammates and he would go faster than Lewis.
Fucking prima donnas.
Yeah. Lewis is like, well, you didn't give me the correct strategy. Why did he get to do that and not me?
It's not fair. It's like siblings.
You see Toto at the end, like they were 1-2, and yet he looked miserable because he knows because George made the call that George was right. Like it takes the power out of their hands more.
Oh yeah,
fuck man, you went against what we wanted, and look at you were right. Fuck sakes, now we're gonna actually have to listen to you more often. Kind of shit. Like,
but do you think Lewis could have done a one-stop? Lewis is harder on his tires.
I don't know if he could have.
Could he have done a one-stop and stayed ahead of Oscar?
Was George able to do it because his car was lighter?
That's what I was going to ask. How
Well,
much,
I was
how
going to
much
say that
more
too.
speed
I
does he
mean,
get?
that's
out of
what
that?
1.5 kilograms. That's
Another
almost
tenth or
5.
two?
That's I
About
don't know
5
what the
pounds, 5.5
breakdown is,
pounds.
but it's man, that's a
'Cause-
lot of weight. One and a
yeah.
half
Is that-
kilos is a ton of
is
weight
that
in a Formula One
2.3?
car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2.2 or 2.5. So that's still 3 to 4 pounds.
Yes, that's substantial over a whole race.
That's
like that much.
substantial over an entire race. Yeah, was that what helped him save
Getting
his
that extra tenth or
tires?
so,
Yeah.
and the tire management and that. Yeah.
That's
And there was a
what would
couple
have been the
times Lewis got kind of close, and he looked. He moved in. He was
They
going to
said
make
the
the move,
dirty air is pretty bad.
and he backed off. Yeah, it was. Especially in the beginning, all those cars, they had a train going for a while before they
Does
started
anybody
breaking away.
know what the weight discrepancy was about? Like the reason why? Was it like a fuel load thing, or
Yeah, fuel load.
you
'cause
know,
it's
when they
got to
went
be fuel
test-
load.
Yeah. Now, was he on weight at the beginning though? Did he just like say over rev and use different gearing and use more fuel that way? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean they time it out to make sure that there's at least what is it? They have to have at least a liter of fuel left in the car.
Yep, to have that
So
tested.
even if there would have been a fuel infringement if he would have had less than a liter. So where'd that weight go to?
Yeah.
Was that George losing way too much weight over
He took a big
the
shit
course of the
before
race? Yeah, I don't know. I guess
Like,
that's the
like
biggest
seriously,
question.
like what I mean, like that could be a huge shit. You know what I mean?
Right?
Like, take a big shit, get in the car, fucking, I feel
He drank
better, I
some
feel lighter,
Miralax
more,
and shat it
Man,
off,
I feel
punished himself.
I feel a kilo and a half lighter.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it could be. I don't know. That's the thing. We don't know where they fucked up, but they certainly fucked up. And it's too bad for George because he had a spectacular race.
Yes, he did.
It's too bad. And Lewis did too. Who would have guessed that Mercedes would be that fast? I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have guessed that at all.
But we did talk about this point of the season there a little while ago that things were possibly going to change and it was going to get mixed up. With reliability issues with like even Red Bull, like that was the big thing. How many engines they've gone through now? Like the car is not reliable to them anymore. It's not fast. The rest of the field has just been like, yeah, see ya.
Well, isn't this where you have to admit that freezing your head designer out of all of your meetings might be bad for you? Like,
yeah, the only guy who knows what they're doing is now not allowed. Yeah. That's
and apparently the rumor mill says he's been sending off information to the team about what they need to do, and the team is ignoring it.
yeah, because they don't want him to be right again. The same thing.
I understand they're not happy with him, especially, and I think a lot of it probably would come from Horner. Horner is very unhappy with him, so he's like, "No, we can do this on our own." Well, obviously your car is slower.
Oh yeah.
So
Well, didn't Max qualify 2/10 in front of everybody?
He did, which is crazy.
So his car's not slow. So I mean, when you're 2/10
ahead
of the second fastest driver, you're.
Yeah, but I think that's him, not the car.
Because in the past, I mean, he's come all the way from like 18th and won. And if you can't come from 11th and you're finishing, that car is not.
That's
all the cars are so close.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy it. I'm glad he's not way out in front.
It's the Red Bull has become an average car now, but because they have a well above average driver, it's keeping it competitive up front.
It's Max.
If it was anybody else in that car, Red Bull would be falling back to it.
He'd be back with Sergio.
Yeah, it'd be Sergio and the other be together, but it's not.
Max is really showing his skill now with that car. Like Max coming through, keeping that car up there.
was very, very exciting. Did anybody watch the Toronto IndyCar race?
Tran Indy? No.
Oh, you need to watch that. It is a very good race. 75 incidents on track, I think I heard.
What?
Shit.
Yeah, you need to watch it. It's a fucking
How many
destruction
cars?
derby. Just watch it. Watch it.
How many laps was it?
Oh, I don't know,
100
but
something?
it was
No.
no. It was 75 incidents is too long.
Right.
Well, it was
With all
crazy
those.
interesting. Crazy interesting. But yeah, definitely watch that race. It's really good. I just finished up this morning. I was able to finish up the Sao Paulo WEC race.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
I need to finish that.
Wow. It is, I mean, the Toyota was dominant, which hasn't been for a long time. It dominated. But the Porsches, that 963, it went, I think it was going to be second, third, and fourth, and Jensen Button committed a safety car, or not safety car, but full course yellow infringement that took him and put him down in seventh. Otherwise, it would have been Toyota, Porsche, Ferrari.
Damn.
And the Peugeots did a lot better.
A lot better. That's good.
Yeah, I think they finally figured out what they needed to do with the car to make it work, and it worked well.
Put a wang on it.
Yeah, put a wang on it, and that they've been having to try to wrap their heads around the car because they put a wing on it and then took away the big tires in the front.
Oh, there you go.
So they're having to refigure out that car, and it looks like they might have. I mean, that series, talk about all the cars being so close together, including the LMGT3 cars. Man, anybody can win in that series.
Mhm.
It's amazing,
Yeah,
and it really
this year's been great.
Yeah, it really sucked because the European Le Mans series the week before the Iron Dames won that race, they were strong in the race at Sao Paulo and had cooling issues. Yeah, like literally they pitted and the car blew some sort of fitting, just fluid like cooling fluid all over the place, and I felt bad. You know, it's funny because people are like, "Oh, well, you just don't like women in racing." I'm like, "No,
Oh, these chicks
just
can
want to
drive.
put them. These chicks can fucking drive, so I cheer for them because they're as fast as the boys."
Mm-hmm.
And I love seeing like that paradigm flipped, and it's not because they're women, it's because they are fucking fast. The stopwatch should be the only thing that determines whether somebody should be racing.
Yep.
And that's the thing, they are faster, more than competitive. Like it doesn't matter like gender in there at all.
No,
Their biggest issue they've been struggling with as a team is just car reliability.
Reliability,
Mechanical issues, a lot of mechanical issues, and it sucks because they should be right there in front every time, and they just keep getting screwed by the car.
Yep, I agree with that. The Manthey Porsche though, that fucking car. I mean, I forget how far he was ahead, but it wasn't even funny. It was the same thing that ended up happening in Spa. Like, that Manthey Porsche is fast. I mean, it's...
cruising.
It's exciting. IMSA's exciting too, though.
Yeah.
IMSA's been exciting.
It's been good this year.
Like, racing has gotten way better this year. I think the cost cap is also helping Formula One too, because the cars are getting closer and closer and closer. I mean, they are.
Yeah,
You can see it, and that's what we want in racing.
Well, look at first through third. They were, 1.1 seconds apart?
Yep.
And then 4, 5, and 6.
4, 5, and 6 were right there. Yeah, so.
It was good.
Yep. The racing is just getting better, and it makes me very happy. I love watching it. You know, it's like I I was fiending for more race after I got done watching that Formula One race.
Right.
And there was nothing but that. But don't worry, the Olympics are on.
Yeah.
Which means you get to watch a lot less sports, but hear a lot more human interest stories as opposed to watching the sports.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a multi-millionaire dad of a gymnast. I hate it when they pull the sob story when it's something that takes so much money to do, and then they pretend like this athlete. Oh well,
It's
coming
tougher.
from a look at how they what do you mean? You have to be in a upper class family to be able to afford to do any of the sports to get to an Olympic level.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Stop pulling the.
You get the rare one, but yeah, you need money to be a champion, basically, to get to have those that you need to have to become that superstar.
Here's a fun fact. So, if you watch the opening ceremonies, I did not because the French. I was already told by thank you, Rob, not to watch it because it was just weird. Like Rob is like, don't watch the opening ceremonies. The French are weird. But here's a fun fact. If you notice, the American flag was not dipped as they went past the leaders of the country. In 1908 or something like that, the flag bearer didn't do it back then, and he said, our flag will never be dipped to any other sovereigns other than our own. And it's been that way since then. We're like, nope, sorry, we do not pledge allegiance to anybody other than our own leadership. So sorry, fuckers.
It should be America first. But I don't give two shits about the Olympics. I've never cared for it.
Yeah, I've never
got
really
into
watched.
it.
I love the Olympics, but
a lot of people do.
I stopped watching them because it went from watching sport to listening to stories about athletes. I don't give a fuck about the athletes. I want to watch them.
I want to see us win.
The men's, what is it, 4x100 relay, just regular old swimming. Dude, just what a great race. I was able to watch that the other night. I mean, so many hot guys swimming in... Then somebody
wet
won.
And moist.
That's why you watch the Olympics.
There we go. We figured it out.
I was like, I accidentally turned it on. That's the thing.
The men's swimmers.
I was like, oh, swimming. So I turned it on, and it was like the start of the race, and the Americans, boy, like
must like the diving then too.
Any aquatic sports.
We can dive into this. Well, I love Hollis's like, well, this isn't enjoyable. They don't wear Speedos. When cavemen watch swimming. That's
a sport.
What, Speedo wearing? I agree. I will be a judge for that, for sure. Oh man!
Every sport has to be done in Speedo.
Every single one. Firefighting. So, how did you like the races this week? Before we get into the other big thing, how did you like the races this week?
I don't know. I haven't done any. I put some times down.
The beginning of the week, I just say it was. I actually had enjoyed them.
Yeah, was C good?
Did some time trial. C was good.
Okay.
C was fun. Nobody really wants to run it after the new physics. Todd, you enjoyed C, correct?
Yeah, Road Atlanta. It's a good race.
Road Atlanta is always a fun race. Yeah. It's also a Carnegie race, so I will not make an account on that race because I know it's going to be Carnegie, and I know I'm going to make a mistake and fly off track, which I did. But I thought the race was really good. I thought B was a good race, too. I did one the other night after the physics change. And other than my steering wheel being ultralight and the car behaving in a very strange manner.
Mhm.
I still had a fun race. I didn't do very well. I think I ended up in 12th, but
Yeah, see, B wasn't bad. 5 laps at Spa. I used it for testing. I used
Yeah.
that to feel out different cars and
Yeah.
after everything. So
why don't we do Coach Mike's Corner, and we'll get into next week's races and then discuss the update.
yeah, let's go, Coach Mike.
Coach Mike!
All right, so next week we'll probably be in some road car on the Sports Hard at Lego Major East End Reverse for Daily A. And who knows how that's going to be with the changes. Probably going to be really carnagey. More people spinning and sliding out, so unless you like that, I'd avoid it.
Yep.
Daily B is taking us to Trial Mountain on the Racing Hard tires. I suspect that'll be Group 4 cars, as C was 4 this week. So probably 5 laps, 6 laps, somewhere around there. Could be interesting, but again, hard tires, so beware with the new changes.
It would be really cool.
Way?
Yeah.
Okay.
It would be really cool if they did the souped up cars, the pre-tuned cars. That would be cool, except we'll get into the new physics later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Daily C is taking us to Bathurst, Mount Panorama.
Ooh.
We are going to be on the racing medium tires. The race will be 2 times fuel, 5 times tire, with 1 mandatory stop.
Oh.
Now, again, there's more. It's going to be Group 3, almost guarantee. But what happens in the race, it's very dependent on what the settings of the race are going to be, especially with the new physics. So it's tough to say what the pit strategy will be there, if it'll be a half and half, or you can do your, no tires or not.
Mm-hmm.
Really will come down to the time of day and the track temperature. So with the physics and the new tire modeling as well, it really have affected everything quite a bit. So, but it should be a good race. Just be careful coming down the mountain.
I like Bathurst.
Yeah, be careful coming down the mountain.
Yeah.
Update 1.49. So, new tire modeling, new physics,
new BOP,
new cars that nobody really wanted,
except for the Scud. I wanted that.
The rough.
Both. Okay, so would you rather have had either one of those or the C8 Corvette GT3?
Okay, I take the race cars. Yes.
Or the Ferrari 96.
Oh, yeah.
GT3.
Yeah. Give me those.
I mean,
I would love those, but I did buy the Scud. I bought that Scud brand new, too. I didn't buy the used one.
I mean, and that's sort of fine, except for the fact that, And the new track is the Eiger, which is a fun track.
Yeah, fun back roads track.
Yeah, but it's not a racetrack.
No.
It's a time trial track.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anybody who knows anything knows that track is way too narrow to pass anybody.
Oh, yeah. And some of those corners, I mean, shit. You really got to slow down for those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Knowing already getting the gold track experience. Yeah, you do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually happy that they didn't make it a daily race right away.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I hope that's all. That's got to be an
it's-
A only type deal.
Yeah, like
changes,
go-kart or
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go-kart. Ooh, go-karts would be fun on that.
That would be.
Ooh.
Or like I think they did in the menu book or whatever the hell, they have a Jimny race there.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah, and the Jiminy's not working right. It's falling over.
Yeah.
Not a joke. Let's talk about those physics.
Yep.
So, yeah, the Jiminy in the weekly race, if you turn it too hard, it will do as a Jiminy should and roll over.
Yeah.
Like, that's honest.
real driving simulator.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. but
And it also launches, right?
Well, no, that's the Samba bus. If you put
Oh,
in
the
the
bus.
Porsche motor, if you put in the Porsche motor and do all the extreme tuning to it,
Mm-hmm.
it will launch into the air at 700 miles per hour.
Oh,
Mr. MCA is
and dude, he
it
launched
starts back.
high.
Oh, dude, he 700
Launched.
miles per hour and straight up in the air. I mean, he was Elon Musk should take the Samba bus into
Right.
consideration as a space captain. Because man, it was a good launch. And what's funny is it's bucking, like it
Yeah.
bucks like a bronco. It
Well,
like get on that bull and ride it for 8 seconds.
the even the GT7 devs are saying this is probably the greatest bug ever. Just in like the hilarity of the videos that they're seeing, it's just this like it's the greatest thing they've ever seen for a bug.
Yeah, it's
Like,
hilarious. It is really funny, but this is probably why I would love to see the pre-tuned cars, the road cars at Trial Mountain again, because that's a blast. That really is a fun race, but I don't think the cars would work. I think you'd end up with cars launching themselves in the air and bucking around at the start.
No, because like again that's happening with extreme setup changes that we're not allowed to make. This the majority of the issues are just custom setups, and that's what they're having the issue with the reaction with the physics.
Would you just go with me for a second and stop being so literal, Mike? I just been making fun of the new physics. So this is my opinion. This is the cars. It feels like there's less gravity in the game. Like they lightened the gravity as part of the physics to make the cars more squirrely. That's just how I felt with it, especially since all the force feedbacks. Yes, we've had to update. We've had to do updates. When I first raced, even turning my torque up to 10, couldn't feel anything.
Right.
Could not feel anything.
Dude, they took it all out. I don't know why. Because before,
I don't think
it was so tight at 6. It was really good in 7.
Yeah.
7. I had like a 6 and 6 or a 7 and 6, and now I have to have 10 and 10.
10 and 10, and I have no idea what the car's fucking doing.
And again, this is, I think, specific gravity has been changed, and that's why the cars feel like they do. Yep, specific gravity, because the cars don't feel attached to the road. They feel like they feel like it's halfway between ACC and Forza.
Yep, that's I felt ACC a little bit at first.
Yeah. Like, if you played Forza, it's much closer to Forza than ACC, though.
Really?
Like the car just not attached to the road. The car is not attached to the road at all. I mean, you get the road feel once you do the update and everything at 10. You do get road feel, but the car is still not attached to the road. When you hit your brakes and you have ABS and the front tires just lock.
Yeah, the brakes. They fucked with the ABS big time.
Like when they just lock, and I'm like, wait a second, but ABS. Why are they doing that to the ABS?
Or on weak?
I'm on default.
I'm on default.
Okay.
And it's just like you go in and like, yeah, I've been having to do actual trail braking, which isn't a bad thing. Which isn't a bad thing.
No.
But you have to do actual trail. You can't just go in there and
stab on it.
Stomp on your brakes.
Go in deep, stomp and turn and go.
Yeah, which is a good thing. I'm not saying that it's necessarily a bad thing, or just does not feel like it's part of the game. It just
it's going to take some time to get used to for sure.
You have to.
I just feel like there's a disconnect.
Yes,
there's a little bit there. I felt it too, but like they've changed it, and someone described it as you have to drive with the brake now.
More than before. Yes,
more than before. Not like you said, you can't just slam it. You know, you have to actually get your inputs proper. And for me, like I look at it this way, the game is the new physics. Other than it kind of feels a little like light in that aspect. of steering it, like feel of the connection. It's just smoothness. You go smooth. You can't be on the ragged edge and jarry all over the place. You got to be smooth, and it works.
Yeah, and
It's
you can't
forcing you
be.
to drive the car properly and smoother.
You
Is
got
what
to
this
be
is doing.
really aware of the curbs now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not getting any feel from the fucking.
Yeah, me. Yeah,
Well,
that's what
I
I
don't
was
get
gonna
any
say.
feel. There is zero feel from the curbs.
Because you used to be able to feel all the little bumps.
Yep,
Yeah,
not anymore.
Now I
I-
don't feel
See,
shit.
okay, so
No.
here's the other thing
not liking it.
is I am still like with the Logitech G29, it is better than
Yeah,
it
it
was.
seems like for
It's-
Logitech it got better.
But there are some
Thrustmaster.
issues. There are some
Stoosman,
issues.
oh yeah, well, Stoosman said yesterday that it felt pretty good for him in the
Yeah.
T300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I popped in and was like, "Oh, sure, Stoosman, I understand. You're going to be friends with everybody else, but not me." And he started laughing. He's like, "Oh, shit, I didn't add you. I'm sorry about that." But we were talking, and I asked him what wheel setup he had, and he was like, "Oh, I have the T300, and it hasn't changed much."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, so Fanatec was the only one that
We
got fucked on
fucked.
this."
Well, too,
Yeah.
once we did the update through the computer, I can feel the strips a little bit more. But, dude, it got
Not a
really
lot,
bad.
it's
Yeah. It vibrates me when I hit the curves. Like
No.
it actually shakes. Like when I'm in VR driving, it's just like
See,
it's
we
like
used to get
I
that.
heard it
going
in your
off road.
stream, Mike.
You're it's like
I heard it in your stream last night.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
that
like,
is-
holy fuck.
that's not happening.
So
that's
on
not
that,
happening
Mike,
in
what do you have
Fanatec.
your setup on in the game? 10 and 10?
No, I'm on G29. I'm on 3, 4, 4, 3, something like that.
No, okay.
Holy
Or
shit!
maybe 5, 6,
Wow.
something like that. I can't remember.
Well, yeah, I don't.
When
It
I
feels
had
good.
my
It's
G29,
not.
I
It's not.
think I was-
Obviously, it's not probably the heaviest by any means compared, but it feels good. I can feel and I can pick up everything. I know for the most part. I can feel the car losing, like the grip. I can, the tires skipping across the pavement.
See,
as
I
it slides
used to be
through a
able
corner.
to feel that shit. Now I can't.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not liking it.
So
No.
far, like for me, the 3 cars don't feel bad, but they don't feel great. Like it's still like a little bit of a like kind of disconnect driving on the ground. Like it's still not like it was before, where you're kind of stuck a bit. You could feel that kind of as the tires dig in. You don't feel that now. It's just kind of a little floatier in that kind of feeling. Jim's tried it as well, but the Group 4 Alpha 4C is probably broken.
Oh,
Yes.
of
Well,
the-
that's what you have to use. That's what you have to use for the Eiger time trial,
Yeah.
and it feels really. Number one, there is no car.
Yeah.
There is no feel.
There's like the only thing that I can feel, like this is after the update. Like I drove it and then was not even getting close to the sector times. So I was like, okay, well, I better do an update. So I did the update, came back, and there is more feel. What I feel personally is when I go into any one of those corners, like even slow, the front tires are just not gripping at all and chattering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's just no grip, and that's with me
Understeer, plow,
off.
whatever you
Yeah,
wanna call
off.
it.
I
Off
am
throttle.
completely off throttle. I have braked. I am going slow,
Yeah.
and it just not. There's no front end grip, and then you get immediate oversteer.
Yeah, the car just it just floats. It starts rotating. Yeah, it's really weird. And I tried I tried the V8. Other than the fact that the sitting right hand drive in it was kind of awkward. It didn't feel terrible. Like it actually had connection compared to the Alpha. But I don't know if I'm gonna let the secret out of the bag, or if I'm just like in my own head. The Ferrari.
the Ferrari.
Really?
Ferrari. Oh my God, the way it feels, at least for me, it is insane. It is so much better.
Oh,
It is. It just sticks. It just go. It will kind of slide a little bit like everything does now, but it is so good at feeling. Like it just everything's there. It just drives. and I was sitting down pretty good times on C with it. The tires
Interesting.
aren't too terrible. Like it feels really good. It's the best
I'll
feeling
have to
car
try
so
that.
far I've tried. So
I'll have to
Yeah,
try
you have to
that.
drive the Ferrari in VR.
now, one of
So
the things
good.
with the update and everything, I've been investigating some things. They've changed a lot of the VOP, some weight changes, some horsepower, and then other cars like nothing, but they still got like ranking change. Like, and what it has a lot to do is they've changed the suspension settings in all the cars. They're actually set up a little closer to, not exactly, but a little closer to what everybody usually starts changing them to when the
Oh.
suspension is allowed.
Okay.
They used to be all like stock around 30, 40, 35,
Mhm.
40 kind of thing like that, but now it's 25, 45 for this like the dampeners and stuff like that, and it's why it's a little different. So they try to balance it that way, and I think they may have changed gearing in some of the cars as well.
Yeah.
Because the Porsche going at Spa, going down the straight from Baton Rouge, you have to go into sixth gear now,
Mm-hmm.
or at red lines.
Well, I wonder if they didn't change. So I wonder if this has to do with gravity, though. The car's not producing as much, quotes, downforce.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the reason why all the cars are faster down the straight now.
Yeah. See, what I'd love to be able to do is pull up, because we all have done it probably in stream, is pull up some settings when we're changing them from pre for those, right, like kind of thing before the update, and then actually look at everything. Kind of, you could see it side by side that way, kind of thing, and see what was actually changed in the settings.
So that could be interesting to see what was changed in the settings for sure.
Because we've all gone through, we've had, whether it's suspension, the LSD, like we all had it on screen during a stream for cars, so you could see the original settings and what was changed now. Yeah, so.
One thing that was also changed, and I just looked at this randomly, is the look of the tires in the parts garage now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your sports, hard, medium, and soft Michelin pilot look to them.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty cool, except for it's just looks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See
in the even in their change tire option when you use the menu there to change it, they added the other color codes that is in usually. So not just the like hard racing hard. Now it has the white race hard symbol and the race medium symbol, like so.
Well, yeah. So I think I think it needs some massaging.
Yeah.
There are definitely some issues. Definitely some issues that need to be addressed, especially when it comes to Fanatec steering wheel.
Well, what I don't get is they launched this for the guys to use at the live event. Yeah. They all use Fanatec shit. How did the fuck did they not know? And how the fuck did those guys like that? Because that one dude.
Because that was a beta test. And it wasn't rolled out to everybody, so they probably didn't have the issues. Once you go to a massive rollout like this, that's where all the bugs and
start popping out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're on the closed system for it, so it was separate.
It was controlled, yeah.
Because they definitely need to fix the Fanatec shit.
Yeah, because I have really no interest of fucking playing until they do.
Yeah, I mean, I know I've got a friend who's going to be setting up a new rig and with Fanatec stuff, and I'm worried.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
hopefully
worried.
it is.
Yeah, hopefully
update.
Well, and hopefully it doesn't affect the CSL Elite base as much as it affects the DD.
Yeah, it probably could be dependent on that as well. If you guys are all deep.
Yeah.
Well, I was watching Grove. He is a CLS Elite, and he was in Super Formula. He's like, I have no feel. There's nothing. I think he's at 10 and 10.
Oh, great.
Update, though?
Mm-hmm. But that would have been Saturday's stream. He did like 9 hours, but
so did he go from the podium back down to the elite?
or no, he is he the podium?
Yeah,
Whatever
he's got a
he
podium.
is having no.
No,
field.
he's got a podium.
Okay.
No, which is crazy because
those are really strong.
Those are super strong. So, and those are like 10 times better than what we have. So,
okay.
I mean, it's 20 Newton meters on that as opposed to 8.
And the other thing as well is Grove probably is one of the higher settings than most people. So to him, it could be fine. It's sort of fine. It's just
he's used to it. Just
you guys would be like, yeah, it's just fine. But he cranks this. His is fucking damn near maxed out. You know, that's why you see him. He's fighting it all the time, like really like aggressively. In that is because he has his settings super high. So that could be the thing with him. It feels really light to him because, well, he doesn't get his max fucking settings kind of thing.
I was surprised on how light it was. Even at 10 and 10, I couldn't believe it.
I know. Yeah. I'm like, what?
Dude, I had so much more feeling, and oh man,
yeah. It's just
Digit was saying he felt the same thing, so he went on. There was a beta update for the DD Plus. So he updated his base with that, and he says it felt a lot better, but...
Well, did you do the beta update on your DD Pro?
I have the driver 455, so whatever that...
Go and look for the beta update, because I installed that too. So it was 4.5.
Did you go into your Fanatec control panel and it was in there?
No, I had to search for it
on the website.
Yeah.
Let me go look.
But it does. I mean, after the update, it does feel much better, but it's still not spectacular.
Downloads.
Yeah, they need to get that fixed ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's even with the update, it's still not like I'm still at 10 and it still doesn't feel correct.
It doesn't. Just have no idea what the car is doing.
Nope. You just really can't feel the car that well. So
is that something Fanatec has to do, or is it more of a PD Sony thing?
Well, I think it's they changed everything in the game, and now Fanatec has to scramble to try to get something to match up to the game. It's weird that Fanatec is the sponsor, and they didn't go to Fanatec and go, okay, this is what we're going to do. Here, you're going to have to send an update out. You know, I think the beta is a stopgap right now. You know, they're trying to get something, and who knows, Fanatec might be doing another update too.
Yeah, because according to GT Planet, I guess Sony laid off a bunch of people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and people that would have maybe looked into these bugs and shit like that have all these glitches and fucking issues. But they said they've lost a lot of their contacts because they had a huge layoff.
Oh boy.
Shit. That's everything. And GT7 is the number 2 franchise in the GT realm. I think GT3 is number 1 and GT7 is number 2.
Really?
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. Because I thought GT4 was much better than GT3.
Or maybe it was 4 is number 1, but GT7 is number 2 as far as overall sales and players. According to Digit's new website, DG-Edge.com, there are 585,000 online players that play. And he's got a new website. It's like
it's put together
Kudos
really good.
Prime. Yeah, and it'll show you your rank, your global rank.
Oh, it has that.
I think I'm 86. in America and like 1,052 in the globe.
Woo!
Damn.
According to
That doesn't surprise me, Todd. That does not surprise me at all.
So here, yeah, I'll look you guys up. Yeah, but it's dgedge.com. Go to players. So there's, according to this, there's 215,945 E drivers. There's 176,825 D drivers. There's 85,960 C drivers. There's 81,440 B drivers. There's 18,714 A drivers. There's 6,536 A plus drivers, and there's 45 S drivers, which comes to, again, just a little over 585,000. And then if you go to player search, just type in PDX, then I'll usually highlight us. There's me, Jermaine. Okay. There's Coach Mike. We'll go to Mike.
Oh, yeah, here it comes.
All right, so Mike is 121 in Canada, and his global position is 5,354, and his score is 88.48.
Nice.
There is a view complete profile. Let's go to somebody else. PDX. Let's go to Jermaine. Jermaine is 362. 3,619 with an overall score of 89.74. Jimbo, let's see where you're at.
I am. Oops, I just clicked off from it because I'm stupid.
Mine's at country position 1,088.
How is he getting this?
I don't know, but it's awesome.
The API or whatever again? So I wonder.
What's that?
Did they release the information public again?
They must.
No, this isn't. This is Digit. Digit and another viewer, Simon or something. Simon developed this website along with Digit, and they launched it about a week or two ago, and it's great. Again, it's like Kudos Prime on steroids.
I wonder how they get the info.
That's what I mean. Like they had to have somehow released the info then.
I'm sure Simon or whatever the guy's name is a fucking IT genius, and is able to do all this shit. But it'll show all our times, like what track we did, what our qualifying. Yeah, average delta. It's just really, really,
dude, this
really,
is
really
awesome.
cool.
This is actually pretty helpful.
No, that's really helpful.
So everybody go check it out.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Good job,
Digit.
Digit.
Even have anything still.
And I think he has an app for iPhone too, maybe.
That's fucking crazy cool. Thanks,
and he has an online course if you want to get faster, and if you don't, get your money back.
Oh. Is it double your money back?
It's an online course.
Yeah, but it's only, here's the thing though, it's only counting a little bit though.
Well, it's new, so it probably doesn't have.
It doesn't have all
it's not
the
going to
info,
go all the way
they're
back.
just starting collecting now, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a variable, like obviously it's not exact science because it's only including the last little bit. So if you didn't do great the last 30 races or so since they've been counting, your stats might not be as accurate as they are. Or if you've done great, they might be a little bit embellished, sort of thing.
Yeah, it looks like it's. But still, it looks like for the last.
This is great.
Yeah, it's like for the last week. It looks like. That's still great. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's a work in progress and everything, but I think it'll get some traction and do really, really well.
Oh yeah.
So shout out to Digit and
good job,
Digi. That helped them create it.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. That is super cool. I could look at that all day long because I'm a nerd.
Yeah, like he gives you the setups he's using too.
Yeah, that was the greatest part. Yeah,
I'm just like
setups, all the tracks. Yeah, this is
the same track kind of thing. So it's
Definitely a good
it's kinda
layout.
cool. Not just one car per track. Like, you know, here's the 2 or 3 cars that I use here, you know. Like fucking Nürburgring GP's got like 4 of them on there. Good job, did you?
Woo!
Yeah, so it's a really good place to go to get your, you know, GT7 content and information
and on my phone now.
Get all your stats.
Because I leave all that stuff open, so I'll keep that page open too.
Yep.
Thanks for bringing that to my attention there, Todd.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
I thought I sent the link the day it came out.
But
I looked at it. I didn't see that though.
I saw that he did like a page, but I didn't know anything. I just figured it was like his Discord.
This is why Todd is 86th, by the way, or 84th or whatever.
Whatever,
He pays attention.
Yeah, he pays attention. Well, let's put it this way. My excuse is the fact that I have other things to do now. Otherwise, Todd and I would be nerding out every fucking second playing this game.
Every day.
It's just the truth. It's just the truth.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah. Time, able to spend the time, get you more practice, you do better, less mistakes.
Yep, exactly. Sure. Nope, exactly. And I get yelled at by Holly, like, you need to be practicing more. I'm like, I live in the real world. I love racing, but I also live in the real world and love spending time with my amazing boyfriend.
Nice. I'm hoping this off season, once work's been just fucking insane this year, so I'm hoping this off season I'm gonna spend some more time, practice, get back up there to that A+, because I had that A+ once, long time ago.
It is hard to get back to A+.
Fuck, it is hard.
It is not easy. You got to be racing time
all
and racing
time.
well all
and
the time.
Just kicking ass.
Yeah,
that's my goal.
Yeah. Well, once my friend gets all of his stuff together, look out. I'm worried about it. I am worried about it.
I'm staying hopeful that hopefully when they do this little patch, that will help fix at least the Fanatec side and the other little bugs.
I hope it fixes it.
I do too.
Well, I mean, boys, they got to be aware of the Fanatec stuff, right?
Yeah.
I've got
enough
to hop
of us
off.
to use it. 10-4.
I got to get going, fellas.
Got a party.
I got some shit
got swimming to watch.
I got it's the start of it's weird. It's the start of
don't let us hold you up.
There's going to be something you don't have to worry.
Yeah. I will
my cock, that's what I mean. My dick, it's gonna be hard because half naked men, that's what I'm trying to say.
Man, that's a good one. We're wrapping this up. Thanks everybody guys for listening.
No ZR1 talk. No ZR1 talk.
1,000 horsepower twin turbocharged. Sorry, I can wait.
Yes. ZR1. So, I forgot about that.
The ZR1.
Holy shit.
Game changer.
Game changer.
Oh,
I can't believe they twin turboed that.
Twin turbocharged, 1,064 horsepower or something crazy like that.
We're working with when the new C8 came out, that they were working close with, was Amelia Hartford from YouTube. And she twin turboed. She was the first twin turboed C8, and they were following her. And I think she was doing R&D for this fucking thing. So
damn,
interesting.
So I think a lot of it's off of that.
Super, because
badass.
I'm a nerd. I watch some of the technical stuff on the engine, and the way they're keeping. Number one, they were like, we have really big turbos on this thing, and the guy was like, well, how do you keep those how do you keep those spinning? And part of it is exhaust valve timing, and they're using electronic blow off valve. And that's how they're keeping those turbos spooled up all the time, so there's almost zero turbo lag.
Wow.
Have you seen them doing like 0 to 200 runs in that thing? It just fucking pulls like a fucking freight train.
Yeah, well, think about this. It's 1,000 horsepower. It weighs less than most cars with 1,000 horsepower.
Pounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks badass, too. That hood.
Oh, it does.
Jesus.
It does.
Yeah, and they're saying it's probably going to be closer to a real supercar price tag at closer to $200,000 now.
I was expecting 225.
Yeah.
It's probably entry, and then anywhere from 250, how you have
300.
it. But I don't think that high, but I think 225, and then if you get the carbon fiber wheels
275 at the highest, 280.
Possibly I was gonna say 250, but yeah, it could be up to 275.
Especially depending on, I wonder how much carbon's going to be on that thing.
A lot.
And probably what you can add.
Wheels and shit.
Right.
Carbon.
Yeah, that thing is sick.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because the Z06, what? People weren't too happy about the Z06, right? I mean, it wasn't that special when they launched
it is. It's a flat plane crank that, spins almost 9,000 RPMs and it's fast as fuck and handles really well. So, yeah, that car is awesome. It's just, it's hard to get one.
How about the E-Ray? Don't they have an electric one?
That could be really cool.
Or is it a hybrid? It's a hybrid.
It's a hybrid. It's front wheel drive. It's
all-wheel drive.
Hybrid with two motors. Yep,
with two motors. Drive. Yep. That could be really cool, too. The problem is those battery are going to put quite a bit more weight on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit heavier car, but it's
still, again, this is so, as I tell everybody else, this is all about, progression. You can't go from 100% petrol cars to 100%
EV
electric cars. You just can't. It's
hybrid.
You have to have. They're trying to skip a step in evolution, and I don't have any problem with hybrid at all. I think hybrids. improving your fuel and using less fuel. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, especially since I can be miserly when it comes to that. I don't care. I don't need a very fast car that's going to guzzle fuel, especially when you're paying anywhere between $3.50 and $5 a gallon.
Yep.
I just don't.
Well, that's what I like about that new Porsche with the electric turbo to keep it spooling.
Oh yeah,
dude, that thing's badass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I think
new Lamborghini Revolto.
Right? Yeah, that's right.
Horsepower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think there's.
That thing got smoked by a 296 Ferrari, the baby.
I love the fact that IndyCar has gone to hybrid. I think that's a smart move. Because it makes things more interesting with how they have to manage the hybrid motor with their overtake systems and
they need to redesign the Indy cars.
They do. That's been a big thing online. They've been talking. Cars have been the same cars. I forget how many years.
Well, because they're for road tracks and ovals. I mean, you gotta,
Yeah, but there needs to be
different things.
There needs to be just a redesign in the car.
The Red Bull concept.
I think it's fine the way they are, but
budget.
They need an upgrade, definitely.
Especially with modernize.
It's really closer to
get more people.
It's closer to spec racing too.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has the same car, and you get to choose between two motors, and then you do all your chassis setup and aero setup and everything else. I love that. Because it really brings
it a team sport.
Yeah.
It really makes it a team sport. And if you look at it right now, Chip Ganassi's team is really kicking ass with Alex Palou. That team has figured the car out and is doing very, very well. But again, like you said, it's a team sport, and it really that car really makes it a team sport. Really does. So,
on that bombshell.
On that bombshell.
Good night, everybody.
See you next week. Peace.
Bye.